Okay. 1,
2,
3.
wee.
Oh, there it is. It's over.
It's jamming.
It's so great. I love it. Hey, everybody. It's me, Benito Garcia from Go RPGs Presents The Most Rad Nerd with my most favorite in the whole world co-host, Ahmnestria. Co-host.
I'm a co-host.
Co-host, Ahmnestria, which is my only co-host. But she'd be my favorite even if I had 10. So we are here to talk about, well, we're going to talk about a lot of things before we talk about it, but Spelljammer, because everybody's so excited about it. Yeah, I'm super excited about it.
D&D. Who isn't excited about it?
That's true. It is D&D, but we should talk about your Twitch. We always just start the show with Synergy Nation stuff and go from there, but we're going to give you top billing tonight, and then I'll talk about some Synergy Nation stuff. How's it going on Twitch?
Oh my gosh, Twitch is so fun. Lately, it's just been a lot of Apex gaming, but everybody comes in. We have a good time. I always pick a topic of discussion during each Twitch streaming, and so I let the chat kind of talk with me about the topic. Like we talked about your worst first dates, what are your best pickup lines. We just come and give me your favorite brag. Like, what are you proud of?
Oh, that's cool. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, so it's something to get people to come in and they can at least just say the one thing that maybe they thought of when they read the title, and then they can leave.
That's cool. What's cooler than that is that you have grown so much so fast. It seems like however many episodes this has been on, which seems like no time at all, you were just getting started.
Oh, yes.
Now to see how much different your channel is and how much more comfortable you seem, and it just seems more fun, and it never seems like forced. It just seems like you're on there having a good time.
Yes, we have fun.
That's awesome. Cool. I'm excited for, it's about to come out, I think, maybe it's August. No, it's July. I think just within a week or two, Strays is coming out. Do you don't have any idea what Strays is? For PC and no.
Is it a game?
Yeah, it's a game. It is. This is going to sound stupid, but I would be so into it. It's about a lost cat, a stray cat, who is
this the Cats in the Robot World?
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that game.
Yeah, the cyberpunky, look and feel of the city, and the droids and robots are everywhere, and the cat's trying to get out. I watched some gameplay, and it's really funny because the cat does not seem to be in any hurry or stressed or to get out of the city, but I know that's the game. Then you meet up with the little droid ship thing that flies around and does all your actions for you. But I think they did a good job of designing the cat so it looks like it doesn't give a shit like a real cat.
Yes.
So I'm super excited to play a stray cat that doesn't give a shit. Hey, puppy.
Twitch streamer, he's here because my chat gives him treats.
Oh, really?
He has a little bag of meatballs right here.
That's funny. What's the reward? How's the dog get the treats then from the?
So people watch my channel and then they earn channel points just by watching.
Right.
And then you can redeem those points for fun little things. And one of them is you can pay to give Max a treat.
Oh.
And people are always giving him treats. So he knows if I'm talking at my computer that he's probably going to get a treat now.
Right? Your channel is getting so successful, you're going to have the fattest dog in the world.
I know. He's going to lose his little waist. That's okay.
Happens to the best of us. We all lose our little waist at some point. Yeah. Well, me anyway. So, yeah. I mean, I don't have a dad bod.
I mean, you got to be nice to yourself. Otherwise, I will make you compliment yourself.
I don't have a dad bod and I don't have a boyfriend bod. I have the kind of in between, the fiance / maybe just got married bod. You know what I mean? Haven't quite gotten the giant beer belly yet, but have maybe slipped away from boyfriend looking for a girlfriend bod. Does that make any sense? No. Okay.
I've only heard of dad bod. I don't.
You haven't heard? Well, I made up the other ones. I was just trying.
That's why I haven't heard of them. How am I supposed to know if you made them up?
I was trying to explain it in a way so that you'd understand what each one meant. So I don't know.
You were mistaken.
I guess. Ahmnestria, who's fresh out of the shower because she was stinky and dirty and gross, has been working a ton of extra jobs. How's that going? How's that work when you're trying to Twitch and you're working all the time?
I'm trying to adjust my schedule to where I work, I come home, I work out, shower, stream, bed. That's kind of my life right now.
Well, that's cool. I mean, at least you like the Twitch. Twitch.
I am taking this 4th of July weekend off, but
oh, good. That's cool. Yeah, tomorrow's the 4th of July. That's right. Yeah. Huh. What do you got planned for tomorrow?
Told people on Twitch that I was taking the weekend off. Tomorrow we got some friends that we're gonna hang out, just drink.
Nice. That's cool. Megan, my wife.
Gotta reburn my skin.
Gross. Don't do that. Megan, my wife, has to work tomorrow, so I'm going to take a Benito Garcia nerd day. I'm just going to nerd out. Here's the thing. I literally just started playing Magic again about 4 days ago.
You want to play sometime?
What's that?
You want to play sometime?
I do want to play sometime.
Do you play Commander?
I haven't played Commander yet. I'm so old school, very old school, that it's just getting used to playing again. And I'm not opposed to playing Commander. I hear it takes a lot longer.
All right, make a Commander deck and get back to me.
All right. Oh, is that the only way that I can play with you? Is if we're playing Commander?
I have like 4 Commander decks. I don't have any regular decks.
Well, so the Commander, what is it? It's like it's a 100 card deck, right?
It's a 100 card deck built around a single legendary creature of your choosing.
Okay. And then the points are different too. Instead of starting with 20 life points, you
start with 40.
Yeah. But otherwise, is it basically the same then?
Yeah, you can't have any 2 cards with the same name other than basic lands.
Really? Wow.
So you got a bunch of one-offs. That's all it is.
Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, I got to do some more research on it. And the only reason I started playing is because Mr. X, who was on our show not too long ago, I convinced him that he should at least check it out and maybe just try a couple of games because he loves Dungeons and Dragons so much. I was like, you should just try it. Maybe we'll just play a couple hands. And then, of course, I beat him every time because he's just learning and trying to figure out what the cards do and whatnot. But he came over yesterday and we played. And I beat him like we were playing 3 or 4 games. And we were down to the last game. And it was, I think I had 5 points. Maybe he had 3. Like he was really figuring it out and having a good time finally. And then I ended up winning because I drew a really good card. But yeah, so I'm stoked to start playing.
We can play online. We can do this. We figure this out later once you've learned Commander and stuff. But I have a program that you can get that we can play on offline or online.
Oh, that sounds awesome. We should definitely do that. So anyway, yeah. So I'm dipping my toe back in the water. And anyway, so I was saying tomorrow will be a nerd day. I need to go through and sort. I don't know how many thousands of cards I have. I have to sort those out and by color and creature and sorcery and instant and do all the break things and break those down. And
my decks have the best names too.
Oh, you have names for your decks?
Yeah, I got Dragon D's Nuts, which is a dragon deck.
I love it.
I've got Fishy Boys / Ugly Mermaids, which is literally just sea monsters.
Okay, like it.
I got Catapult, which is a deck that flings cats at people.
Okay.
And then I have Twinning, which is basically I just double everything.
Oh, that's cool. What's your primary color? What do you like to play?
2 of my decks are blue-green.
Mm-hmm.
And then my Dragon deck is all colors. And then my Catapult deck is red, white, and blue.
Oh, wow. I suppose it's easier to play multicolors when you have 100 cards.
Actually,
multicolored deck.
My blue-green decks do a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always just played green. Like that just was always what I just played. And so
you're a Manor Ramper.
You can leave the mic on, it's fine. And it just seems weird they were barking and then they just aren't.
Okay, we're good. There's a lot of fireworks going on.
Funny. So the guy that I'm playing with, Mr. X, of course he wants to build super killer black deck, so
Zambies.
yeah, so zombies and dead stuff, so that'll be fun. All right, anyway, Synergy Nation Network, you got invited to the Synergy Nation Network camping outing, which was ridiculous. I will insert pictures here. It was ridiculous, but it was fun. We were just drunk all the time and getting in and out of the water and scaring little kids, I'm sure, because they put us right next to the beach. So that was good. And then we were naked swimming at some points in the thing. There's a sign that says no nudity if children are present. So we thought that meant at night when it got dark and nobody's on the beach, that we'd just run around naked and jump in the water and swim and all that stuff. And then if you read the sign further down, I think it says no swimming after dark. So I don't know when you're supposed to be naked.
That sign can't stop me. I can't read.
You don't care. You don't care there's little kids around. Funny. But it was a good time. It was lots of... They'll learn eventually. Is that what you said? That's funny. You'll catapult like 10, 12-year-olds immediately into puberty.
Yeah.
But yeah, tons of food, tons of booze, music. It was just a good time. It was a lot of fun. So I'm sure I've enticed you now. So when the next one comes around, you'll want to come. I'm sure
I wanted to go to the last one. I just have to work the next morning.
Yeah, you and that working schedule. So they also have river floats, which look like a lot of fun. While we were on the beach, the river floaters kept coming in, and they were just, well, some of them who didn't know how to be on the sun like you were just fried from being on tubes. They were on tubes
right now.
They were on tubes for 6 hours, drunk, floating down the river. They just were the brightest red lobsters, drunk and sunburnt.
I at least put on sunscreen. It just didn't work.
It just didn't work. That's funny. You could tell the professionals though, because they had inner tubes just for their coolers. You could tell those guys have done it before and they knew what was up. So, and then I think somebody might have drowned.
What?
I think somebody might have drowned because at the beginning part, when you get in, there was fire, rescue, some sheriff vehicles. There was a water rescue vehicle there, all kinds of stuff. So I don't know if some drunk person tried to drown or what happened, but I don't know. It sounds like it's pretty common there, actually.
Oh, no.
All right. Anyway, so that was a quick shout out, Synergy Nation Network. Head over to the website. Do I have it? Here it is. Head over there and check out all the cool shows. There's lots of really awesome stuff. Usually I go through them all, but we've been talking forever, so Synergy Nation is not going to get the love that it normally gets this time. Just go check it out.
I love you, Synergy Network.
Head over there and check out all the shows. There's something for everybody, that's for sure. All right, let's talk about Spelljammer.
Hell yeah.
Are you as excited as I am?
Yeah. I always want to add new stuff.
Listen to the enthusiasm.
Well, I'm always excited about new releases, and I want to check out these hippo people.
Yeah, the hippo people. Everybody seems super excited about the gifts. And then also that's a controversy because people are trying to say it's GIF or GIF. I've heard the two as an argument as I was doing some research. It's GIFF. If I have that correct. GIF. I said GIF. GIF would be a J, right?
I mean, it has two F's.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll bring those guys up here in a minute. So, but yeah, everybody seems the most stoked about them. So, and the giant hamster seems to be on everybody's list for excitement.
Maybe a necro hamster.
A necro hamster. Let's share some stuff and we'll start talking about things. So, I did a bunch of research on it. I know that you did some research on it, and it seems a tiny bit confusing, but not too bad. I think I kind of got the gist of it. I watched a lot of videos and did a lot of reading. Like I have pages and pages of stuff. So I think I kind of got it.
This nerd.
Look at this prepared nerd. All right, let me bring this up. Share slides. All right, Spelljammer. Did I say Starjammer at any point?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure? I feel like I might have said Starjammer.
If you did, I didn't hear it.
Well, if I did, I meant Spelljammer, damn it. Okay. So this is an older picture, which you can tell. Spelljammer's been around for a while. And you said it came out when? You knew.
First came out in 1989.
1989. I always like playing that game where you tell me how old you were when dates come up. I
wasn't born yet.
I love it when that's the answer. That always makes me laugh. Oh, shit. Okay. 1989. That means I was... How old was I? Was I 19? I was 19 years old. Which means I had been playing Dungeons & Dragons when this came out, but I was probably on my hiatus. Because, you know, when you're 19 or whatever, you're...
I was born 3 years later.
All right, so it came out... And it came out with the premise or a description of D&D in space, which turns out isn't even right. Like not even close to correct. And as I was doing research and looking things up, people were upset that it had come across or was labeled that way, as in space.
It was called AD&D, Adventures in Space. And it introduced the setting and provided the basic rules for spelljamming travel.
And that's the other thing too. Spelljammer is it's actually just talks about a small part of the whole thing, the whole Spelljammer universe world thing. And a Spelljammer is just a ship that travels in between, you know, the worlds that you're trying to get to. That's actually what the Spelljammer and where it comes from.
It's a boat.
Yeah, it's a boat. We're going to say space a lot, and I'm not going to correct myself because I'll be spending the whole time doing that. But yeah, your boat, your Spelljammer, is your means of transportation between planes, universes, crystals. And you have to travel through space to get to
that means like crystals and elements.
You know what's going to happen? People are going to watch this and they're going to be like, I didn't learn a damn thing about Spelljammer from Benito because he's such a dork. And
Ahmnestria can't stay on task.
Oh, funny. Okay, so here, the reason everybody's excited or even talking about Spelljammer is because on August 16th, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition is releasing Spelljammer again after its hiatus and it hung around for a while. It made it through till, let me look here on my sheet. It made it till the last adventure came out in 1993. So what is that? 89 to 93 is 4 years. So it was around for a little bit and then disappeared till now. But this
are you getting all 3 of the 64-page hardcover books?
Yes. Let me bring this up. I hope that's not right. Hold on a second. Oh, it's already up.
Okay. Yes, there they are.
All right.
I've always enjoyed the aesthetic of space creatures, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. So when you order the set, and it's not on this picture for whatever reason. You also get a map of the universe, and I think it's not a paper map. I think it's a hard. Does that make sense? Hard, not hardcover, but a hard map that folds out.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the DM screen if you were to double stack it or whatever. I think it's like that. So that'll be cool. But yeah, it's got basically it has a Dungeon Master's Guide, and it's got a monster manual that comes with it, and the campaign. So I'm super excited about that part of it. But that's everybody's has got Spelljammer fever now. And then just like me, everybody was like, I'm so excited to play Spelljammer. I'm so stoked, but I don't know what it is. So I know you did some research. You want to start? Let me put you on the spot, or do you want me to just move on with something else?
Well, where do you want me to start? You want me to start where it started? You want me to start what I'm excited about? Like,
explain how the ships travel between crystals. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Well, I mean, the ship mythology, like the whole thing the ship was even based off of, is the Flying Dutchman of traveling souls.
It was really. We're gonna get to the ships here in a second. I was just kidding. I was testing you to see how much research you did. It sounds like you did a lot more than me. Maybe.
I read a few things.
Good. That's awesome. All right, good. Then you can school me. But anyway, this is what you get when you order it. Pre-order it from D&D Beyond or Amazon, and it was a little expensive. I think it was $80.
You know, I actually thought it was going to be worse than that. I haven't looked at its pricing yet, so
yeah. So here, it's the cool thing about it too that a lot of people were hyped about was, each time something new comes out or a campaign comes out that's in a new setting, there's always new races. And let's see if we can get to who made this out of order. All right. Well, let's see. Okay, so this is the actual campaign. We'll talk about races in a minute since I put my slides in a weird order. This is the campaign. The Light of... Can you pronounce that?
Yeah,
Zarsis?
I'm sure... Yeah, are those like Zarixes? That was my only complaint was when I was reading through the stuff. I'm like, there's like 10,000 words I don't know how to pronounce because it's gone outer spacey.
Yeah, here people just write it down. Don't try to pronounce it because you're not going to get the right pronunciation from us. But Light of Zarxis, I think. It doesn't
There's
matter.
A Y in there.
It's this book.
Zarixis?
Zarixis. I don't know. Anyway, but it sounds like there's 12. I'm not sure the description that I read that made a lot of sense. There's either 12 mini adventures, I think, but supposedly at the end, and each one ends in a cliffhanger. So I don't understand how that's going to work. I mean, you have to get the book to understand, but it's supposedly at the end when you're finishing up the campaign that it all comes back together. So that will be interesting. Makes me a little concerned to think I have to play 11 adventures that end in a cliffhanger, and I don't know how it's going to end, and then it comes together later. So that'll be, I don't know, interesting. But this campaign takes place in outer space as you're traveling in your Spelljammer. Because I don't think
like a manta ray.
Yeah, we'll get into the crystals and how the worlds work. And I don't think you actually enter any of the crystals or the worlds. I think this all happens while you're on your Spelljammer flying around. So we will see. What's next? Oh, so this is cool. This is on the back of that fold-out map. This asteroid with a city on it, which is floating out in the space. So I think probably one of the adventures probably takes place here too. So there's that. And then the ships. Okay, you said it was based on the what?
The Flying Dutchman.
Flying Dutchman, which would be what, more like that or this-ish?
So the mythology of the Flying Dutchman, where it would take the souls from one plane of existence and take them to the next plane of existence.
Oh, cool.
And so there's a lot of mythology surrounding the Spelljammer, which they kind of mirror the Flying Dutchman a little bit.
Okay, I gotcha. So it takes place it's called realm space. I just looked it up in my notes, which I should have been looking at. Realm space. It's not, I have written down this. It's not really space, as you would think. And it's not like Star Wars with fighting spaceships, planets, and stars. But it's called realm space. Okay. So get that out of your head if you think you're going to be fighting spaceships. So you were talking, also, you said
that in the realms between.
Yeah, exactly. It's that well, it's not even really negative space or empty space because a lot of things happen in between there. You were talking about, I'll leave this one up because it's got the little jet things there on it. You were talking about were you saying you knew the propulsion systems as well and how that works?
Well, so I know it uses these crystals and then it interacts with different elements.
Listen to us. This is the best show ever. I think, was that from the new one or is that from the old one, your research? Because I know they changed it.
Hold on, look at my notes.
All right. I'll give you
I
a
just
second.
remember writing in my notes that there was hundreds of conflicting legends about this ship, and the mythology has developed about the ship. It is similar to all of the mythologies surrounding the Flying Dutchman, which is something that we have in our world here. So the premise of like even the first time this came out in 1989 was the Flying Dutchman.
Gotcha. Okay. It sounds like to me from the research that I did that the captain of the ship used to have to use spell slots to navigate the ship. And they changed it for the new one where there's a helm now. And the helm is built off-site by magic users, artificers. And now it's really, as you look on there and you see that there's like a jet thing on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So now it sounds like with the new edition, instead of being so complicated with the old way, basically you just outfit your ship with these helms or these packs. And then that's what navigates you through realm space. And the other thing about navigating is whoever the captain is, your movement in the ship is based on I want to say it's your wisdom. I'm almost 100% sure. So whatever your wisdom is, you take that number times 3, and that's how far your ship moves per turn, if you want to say. So if you had a wisdom of what, let's say 13, and you took that times 3, what is that, 39, 40 feet? It moves 40 feet per turn. So it doesn't move very fast, it doesn't sound like. But it also sounds like now you don't have to have a devoted captain of the ship, one person, manning these crystals or trying to, use the spell slots to make it work. It sounds like anybody can now maneuver the ship or get it to move, but it's based on their wisdom. So, you obviously want the smartest person driving it.
Yeah, so in my notes here, it says that the ship is almost a living thing in itself. It does absorb heat and light through its ventral or undersides and uses them to produce air and food for its inhabitants.
Right. There's all kinds of cool stuff.
It has a complex life cycle and a means of procreation. So it makes...
Yeah, I read that too somewhere. That's right.
So normally the ship does not have a captain and just kind of wanders the cosmos, seemingly aimlessly. But when it has a captain, obtained through whatever process, it creates small jammers that go forth and mature into a full ship, but only one can exist at a time. Let's see.
Yeah, I read that.
So I guess it makes like just a bunch of minis, and if the main one dies, one of those minis will mature into a big boat.
Right. I'm very interested to see if the new Spelljammer incorporates that, because that seemed really quite interesting to me. And then the other thing I had read was you navigate the ship or get the ship to move in any direction just by thinking about it. I know that doesn't make sense, but I'm 100% sure that's what I read or the video I watched. So you're thinking about traveling from A to B, and as you're thinking about it, your wisdom is what's moving the ship the distance. But we'll see. But yeah, little baby ships, I think that sounds cool. But the ships also, they have their own gravity. They, like you said, they have their own, like, sort of an ecosystem. They have their own air, I think.
And they produce their own air and their own food for its inhabitants.
And their own food. And then it also sounded like, from what I read, as you're in not space, realm space, that there's a shell of air that surrounds your body. And what I read, and of course it doesn't make sense because it's all fantasy, that there's enough air in this shell that encapsulates you to last for 3 months before you need new air, I guess.
Gotta refresh my air bubble holder.
Don't go spoiling your air. So let's see. So we talked about ships. I'm sure we confused you more than we enlightened you. There are 6 new races that you can play. So we should go through those. I don't know a bunch about them. I just know their names and the pictures, and we could just make stuff up and people would believe us because we're so awesome. These are, you know what these are?
Space elves.
Oh, you're so close. Astro elves. You were so close. So,
I probably had that in my notes, but
yeah, Astro Elves are called. So there we're going to run into some of those while we're playing. Who else is on this thing?
What you got?
I got these guys. These are called. Oh God, this one's hard to pronounce. We're going to just screw pronunciations.
Right? Are they the Thrycreen?
Let me find it. They are Thrycreen. Look at you.
Thrycreen.
Here's a question. As I was watching the video on this, is it an N or an M? Thrycreen or cream?
With an N.
N. Okay, that's how I wrote it down. Thrycreen. And these guys sound cool because it sounds like their carapaces or their shells like change color and can camo them. That sounds cool. Might be kind of fun to play one.
Not a fan of bugs, but I'd probably still play one.
Wonder what their armor class is going to be with that shell. I'd be interested to see. I bet some of them have flying too. What do you think?
I bet they do.
Yeah, I bet they do too. Okay, let's see who's next on the list. Oh, these guys. You know who these guys are? Because you're doing really good so far. You're 2 for 2-ish.
They're 2. Are they the Tinker Gnomes? No, maybe.
Well, they're auto gnomes. You got the gnomes part right, so that's half point.
Okay, half point.
Half point. Auto gnomes. All right, who's next? Oh, I love this guy.
They're hamsters.
Giant hamsters. So I don't think that's a class or that you get to play. It came up in every video and people were talking about the giant hamster. So that'll be cool when he shows up. All right, here we go.
People.
That's not right. Don't make me take a point away.
Okay, the militant GIF.
They're the gifts.
The gifts.
And every video, people are so excited about playing the GIF. And apparently they don't know where they're from. They don't know where they're going. And it doesn't sound like they have a whole lot of purpose. So that's interesting. From what I read. So you can play a hippo person. My pronouns are hippo.
Look at that hamster.
Oh, these guys are great. Okay, you could probably guess and get these guys, right? These squishy looking guys.
They start with the A, don't they?
I don't know. Let's hear what I love the names that you're making up.
It's not a. Is it the Lilith?
It's a plasmoid.
Plasmoids.
So, but look how nice the plasmoids are to their hamsters. See how they got a really nice little padded thing there on their nose for their bit. All right, anyway. Okay, these guys I remember from way back, and I don't think it was when we were playing Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, but it might have been. I remember these guys were on the cover of one of the books that I had.
Are those the spacefaring orcs?
They're Gith.
They're the Giths. Okay, not
The
the Squirrels. Okay.
Yeah, these guys. I always thought the picture that was on the cover of that, and I'll pull it up here when I edit this, was super scary looking. They're very creepy. But you get to play one of them. This guy just looks cool as shit. Like or this chick, I'd be stoked to play this character. Looks awesome. All right, what do we got next? Oh, there's another one.
Oh, is that must be the orc?
Mhm.
Spacefaring orc. Okay, so that's the Scro.
Oh yeah, I think that's the Gith again. Actually, I think. Let's go back. I think it's the same guy. Or the same guy. It's the same race.
Maybe they're cousins.
Very distant cousins. But bringing this slide up reminds me of something. So all of these, and it's not just these 6. I suppose it's anybody you run into, but each one of the races have their own spelljammers. Like the Astro Elves. When I was looking at their spelljammers, and again I'll insert a picture here, it looked like a leaf. It looked like the main part of the ship was a leaf, and then the side parts came up and curled down like blades of a plant. It was pretty cool. So, okay. But you're right. This guy does kind of look like no, that doesn't matter. Okay. All right. Here's another one for you to guess.
Well, I'm not going to get them all right.
Well, no, you're failing miserably now. So that's just fun.
I got the thigh cream,
Thigh cream? What?
No, the insect people.
Thigh cream's what you put on your sunburn. The thigh cream and the Astro Elves, you were close. You got gnomes right on the one. These are the Hadosi.
What?
The Hadosi.
Yeah, I said it wrong, but I said the right thing.
What did you say?
I said Hadozi, and you said Hadosi.
Oh, yeah, you were close. I'll give you that one. I was probably talking over you.
So
and I
wrote down. So I wrote down the races, but I didn't give myself descriptions.
Oh, so you just had to guess which one it was based on what you wrote down. That's great. All right, what do we got next?
I drew a picture of a kind of a monkey face.
You did? Let's see it.
No, it's on my computer.
Yeah, let's see. I want to see the monkey face.
You don't get to see my crappy handwriting.
Come on. We know what amazing.
I will send you a DM of it, and you can insert it here.
We know how amazing of an artist you are. Here, I'll draw a monkey face. I'll do one real quick.
I mean, I guess I can redraw it on not my computer.
Okay, hold on. I'm drawing a monkey face. Okay, ready? Can you see it?
Yeah. So this was literally like what I drew next to it.
We're pretty close. Oh, I like your ears better though. Look, my ears are too high on top.
What kind of monkey is ears a thing?
So the monkey people. All right, who's next? Let's go through the thing. Oh, so there's some baddies, obviously, that you're going to run into when you are in realm space. Did you write down the baddies too?
No, I wrote down the races.
That's all right. This is a lunar dragon.
Oh, I like the name.
Yeah. So he doesn't get a lot of sun, it looks like. Makes sense, obviously.
Bro, same.
All right. This is a murder comet.
Almost kind of murdery.
I think his jam is just blasting through realm space and just wrecking ships. I think that's what he likes to do. Oh, this one. How bad does this one look? Okay, so if the other one was a lunar dragon, you can surely get this one.
That is a spicy dragon. Is he a sun dragon?
Spicy dragon. Well, I'm calling Wizards of the Coast, or they have to change it. from Solar Dragon to Spicy Dragon because it's so much
Solar.
better.
I was close.
No, you weren't. But I like Spicy Dragon. Oh my god, my next campaign's gonna have a Spicy Dragon. Okay, there's Murder Clowns, which are not good. I made that up. Are they actually called? They're called Space Clowns, not Murder Clowns. So those guys probably have a Spelljammer as well. Ooh, these guys sound really interesting to me. It would be cool to run into Vampirates.
Vampires.
Vampirates.
That's just a pun. They put a pun in this.
It is. Vampirates. I think that's going to really be cool.
I suddenly
Yeah,
have
so
a new
I'm
goal
hoping they
in
come out
life,
with.
though.
What's that?
Suddenly have a new goal in life.
I'm hoping they come out with some really good campaigns that are going to take place, out here in realm space. But if not, and you could have battling ships between your Spelljammer and the Vampirates ship, and you could do this whole not space pirate adventure. So I think it's going to be fun. All right, what's next after Vampirates? Oh, here we go. All right, here's where it starts getting complicated.
The planes.
Mm-hmm. Things get funky about here. Let me see if I have another slide after that. Nope. All right, I'm going back to big screen. Okay, so I'm going to do the best I can with what I heard, read, and tried to understand about moving between the spheres. Did you get that deep into it?
I mean, I got to a point where Elysium was like the one was like the top.
The what was on top? I didn't catch it.
So there's the upper planes and there's the lower planes, and like Elysium is like the one, like the main, like big top of the top.
Oh, okay. Oh, I saw a lot of different charts and things. Are you talking about that? Was there one where
well, like Elysium was like the one where it's like the highest plane.
I see. Well, it looks like it on the chart too. And then Hades obviously makes sense because it would be. Okay. So this sphere that's up here, this crystal sphere, there's a lot of them in, and I keep going back because why can I not remember? I don't want to say space. I can't remember realm space for some stupid reason. There's a lot of these crystal spheres in realm space. And most of what we're dealing with now with 5e Dungeons and Dragons takes place in this particular crystal. So it is Forgotten Realms or whichever one it is that we're in now. It's Forgotten Realms, right? I don't know, whatever. You'd think I would know. But so inside the sphere, a lot of things are happening. There's the material plane where everything that we're doing on land or, on sea or whatever is happening here. And then it starts to divide, and there's the Feywild and the Shadowfell underneath that. It's surrounded by, you've got the air, water, earth, fire. And so inside of that sphere, all these things, but as you start to travel in your Spelljammer and you're leaving the material plane, and depending upon which direction you're going, which is exactly what you were saying, with Elysium being, the upper part and Hades being below. Kind of depends on where you take your ship in between each one of these, little outer spheres that are happening. You could actually navigate your ship in between different of the spheres up here, like the Elysium, and what's the one next to it? The Beastlands. Mm-hmm. Your ship could go, kind of go through there. But then once... Go ahead.
I guess I don't know if this was the old ones or the new ones, but you also had to like follow an element to get to specific planes.
Oh, really?
So like if you're looking at this chart where if you wanted to get to the Mount Celestia or whatever, you had to, when you got into the ethereal plane area, you needed to follow the air elements.
Right.
The air elemental chaos. And then once you got to the inner planes, you got to the other stuff.
That's a great point. You're 100% right. That's got to be part of the new one too. But yeah, so like 100% right. If you're going to Hades, you're dealing with earth and fire to get down, to there. So that makes perfect sense. I'm glad you said that. But anyways, as you're traveling through, and let's say that you're going to go to Hades, but you slip past it in your Spelljammer, and you can leave this crystal. And then you're out in not space, realm space. I got to put a note up here that says realm space because for the life of me, I cannot remember realm space. So you can penetrate the crystal and go out. And then you're in the nothingness. Although it's not just you, there's lots of people out there and creatures and races out there in the nothingness just flying around in their Spelljammers. And they're traveling between different crystals. So for instance, let me look here. So Dragonlance. So I was just about ready to start changing Dragonlance from, it was way back in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2. And I was going to convert that to 5e, and as I'm reading Dragonlance, I'm realizing that's not the same place that the D&D that we're playing now takes place. And that's because the Dragonlance series is in its own sphere out there in the space. And there was other ones. There was so Dragonlance has its own sphere. The Forgotten Realms has its own. Let me look through my notes. Forgotten Realms, Planescapes. There are all kinds of different. I know I'm missing a couple here as I'm talking, but different, different D&D games that don't take place where we're at now have to take place somewhere. And they take place in these other crystals. And so now with the Spelljammer coming out, you can take your Spelljammer and travel to these other places. Here we go. I finally found it, the part I was talking about. Realm space for Forgotten Realms. Crine space is Dragonlance. Gray space is for Greyhawk. And then there's one called Cluster space. I thought that was really interesting. All these times that I've played different games or been in different places. Like when we played Dragonlance back in the day, I didn't realize it didn't exist in the same world that all the Dungeons and Dragons. I know there's a lot of Greyhawk stuff. I didn't know that was in its own crystal. I just thought you just walked from one place to the other and then you had an adventure.
It's never that simple.
Right? So anyway, you get in your Spelljammer and you go out and you hang out and you find other places to go do things and wreak havoc. And then you come back. But I guess it's pretty easy. Apparently on these crystals, portals open in different places, but with certain kinds of magic, you can open a portal so that you go into it without crashing into it. Because otherwise you crash into the crystal, apparently. All right. Well, I think we did it. I think we talked about Spelljammer. I think everybody now has a complete 100% understanding of what Spelljammer is. And we've covered every base.
The key takeaway is if you've learned anything, you're on a boat.
You're on a boat that's not on the water and not in space. If you're going to take anything away from tonight's show, that's it. Realm space. You got anything else you want to add to that?
I believe this entire chart was the word I tried to pronounce before we started. It's the Phlogiston. The Phlogiston. The
Phlogiston. That's what the crystal's called?
It's essentially the big, unique ocean of elements.
Okay. All right. I also ran across a word. I didn't know what it was or how to pronounce it. It says Spelljammer introduced into the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons universe a comprehensive system of fantasy, astrophysics, including and this is how it's spelled, PTOLEMAIC.
Plotmic.
I put the L in there. Ptolemic? What did you say? Say it again.
Spell it again.
Okay. PTOLEMAIC. So it's something Lamaic.
Polemic. Potato-mic.
Yep. Potato-limic. Where the spicy dragons hang out. So there, we're so happy that we were able to help you understand what Spelljammer is. And right.
I think this is one of those things that when you play it, you get it.
I think so. Like when you play a game and everybody's like, we'll just do a couple hands and then you'll understand.
Yeah, like it's like trying to explain how to play Magic to somebody when they just need to play it, you know?
Right? I made the mistake of telling Mr. X, I was like, it's so simple. Playing Magic is so simple.
It's just reading and math.
Right, and you do these steps. But once we started doing it, I started teaching him how to play it. It's really not nearly as simple as I made it out to be.
So. Well, it's reading, math, hurt feelings, and revenge.
Oh yeah, that's where it really bites you in the ass, are those instant cards. Like I'm telling him, we have our hands out so I can help him go through it, and as he's doing things, and I'll be like, now I have this card that I can play as an instant anytime I want, which just destroys everything that you just had all planned out. It's like, it was definitely heartbreaking.
I was playing yesterday and someone hit me turn 1 for 1 damage, and I was like, you're dead to me.
Turn 1 damage. That's funny. All right, do you think you're gonna do this? Do you think you're gonna do this Spelljammer when it comes out?
Oh yeah, definitely gonna do it. I'll probably run a campaign, and if my party isn't all the gifts, I'm gonna be upset. But I will accept whatever they want it to be.
That's cool.
But if they're not gifts, they're wrong.
Well, I'm not sure. Like when this first came out, I was excited because I thought it was D&D in space. I honestly thought that's what we were doing. And that campaign that I'm in now, that I'm running my one crew through, and I launched them into space by 600 years, into the future 600 years, and they have to get off of the planet before it explodes in 2 weeks. My thought was that they'd find a time machine and go back in time 600 years to get back where they were at. But instead, I had told them that the planet's going to explode in 2 weeks. And then when this came out, I was like, cool, like now they can get off the planet, go into not outer space in this alien ship that they're on. And I was like, I got it. We're in space now. But apparently we're not in space.
You're in the planes.
True, but here's the thing: if they're 600 years in the future and they shoot out into the not space, they're not running into aliens and spaceships and spacecrafts and planets, and I said spacecrafts and things like that. They're running into creatures and things that are basically on the same timeline as they are.
Yes, they would be running into people that exist in that same year, but they are just from different planes.
Right, which means I would have to completely take Spelljammer and then launch it 600 years in the future.
Yes.
Yeah, so my plans completely went down the toilet. I don't know how to get them. I don't know how to do this now.
You kind of sound like what I did, except I only put mine 7 years in the future.
Oh, that'd be all right.
They got stuck in a teleportation ring.
Yeah.
Because where they were going, the sigil got messed up right as they were teleporting, so they got stuck in that teleportation for 7 years.
Oh, wow. And then they came out and it was 7 years in the future?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have.
The world had gone to shit.
Just 7 years? Oh, shit. I should have probably done 7 years instead of 600.
Yeah, it's D&D. You could fix it.
I did.
With enough imagination.
I did, because we started running. Let me find it. What's the Pathfinder version of outer space future stuff for D&D for Pathfinder? Spacefinder? No.
I don't know a whole lot of Pathfinder.
Let me find it. Hold on, I'll be right back. This one, Starfinder, not Pathfinder, Starfinder.
Starfinder.
This is rad because look, it's actually space. And there's actually aliens.
There you go.
Yeah, right.
Kind of merge that into it. Oh wait, there was a little fox.
So this worked out good when I launched them 600 years into the future because, thank God, Pathfinder decided they should do spacey sci-fi stuff. So I just had to convert some Spacefinder to 5e. It wasn't really very hard because Pathfinder is really close to regular Dungeons and Dragons anyway. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for hanging in there with us. I'm sure that you're more excited than you were before now about Spelljammer. And like I said, you know everything you need to know now, and you can just go out and play.
There's giant hamsters and hippos.
Yeah. What'd you say? Giant hippos and what?
Giant hamsters and hippos.
Right? How could that not be fun? And killer clowns. All right, everybody. I'm Benito Garcia, and this is
Ahmnestria.
Ahmnestria. I didn't say it the way I normally do tonight. It's getting creepy if I just keep doing it that way. So, all right, everybody. Have a great 4th of July, which you probably already did by the time this came out. I hope you have all your fingers and toes and didn't blow anything off.
I hope you didn't get too drunk and make horrible decisions with fireworks.
That could happen on any night. It doesn't have to just be the 4th of July.
But the rate of probability is higher.
Oh, that's true. You did say fireworks, because I get drunk and make terrible decisions on the weekends for sure. It doesn't even have to be a holiday.
I only make good decisions.
Good decisions. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching the show. And remember, stay nerdy.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.